Another day. Oh, well, there we go. There we go. Hey. Full screen. So, we got this bitch to work on. She's a fine person. She's not a bitch. Unless she wants to be a bitch, in which case she's a bitch. I just speak funny. That's going. Everything seems to be functioning except for my spine. Okay. Why isn't this working? Hello? Redirect the fan. Face. Quasi hot. We're good. We're good. The last weekend before, well, I mean, every weekend I should still be able to do the morning stuff. It's just, I probably won't be able to do during week stuff, so it's gonna suck. Anyway, let's work more on this creature. You son of a bitch. I'm not sold on whether or not I should increase the face size a little bit. Or just send it. So let's hold off on mouth and probably do nose, but we're gonna hold on off on nose as well. So that's that. Let's look at detail. Yes. Okay, so we're gonna work on the ear a little bit. Oh my god, I thought I just closed that. So we have this little ear hole here to scoop up. Let's work on it, shall we? Hello? There we go. Okay, I do have this a little weirder than the original. Ah, classic. Classic. Okay, we are good to go there. Go and, yep, suck that up. Real nice. Probably come down just a smidgen. And if we're okay, we're fine. Smidgen of a pigeon, if you will. Ooh, that feels way too light, doesn't it? That's fine. We'll figure that out. Okay. Oh, why is my wrist hurty? Okay. Switch back to that. And let's work on the ears a little bit more here. All right. Interesting. I guess I'll maybe try and put in the little earrings on the left here. Son of a bitch, dude. Okay. Now, if I were smart, I would just copy paste. But I'm not. So we won't. Okay. I don't know why, but this is. I'm like squeezing it too much, I guess, but it's kind of hurting my hand. It feels too white, doesn't it? I don't like it. I don't know. I feel like I can do these better. I just don't know how. So I guess we can't do them better. Um, I'm not gonna do the little thumbtack yet because we gotta do these horns. In fact, I guess let's start doing these horns. They're a little thinner than I would have liked, and I've got to work on some of it. I could, in theory, like rework them. Let's take a little peek. So if I went like that. I don't know why my phone's going off. Okay, so if I do something like that, and we suck up that color, should just be able to do that. Then we can go here. And what? Erase that. Okay. Now it's a smidge bigger. I don't know if I like it though. Why did my phone go off? Oh. Oh, it's just it's telling me I'm live, but I just brought up some random ass fucking. All right. So here's the lore. Went on Twitter, just saw somebody I think that I follow because I want to say it was like an art thing, or I follow them because someone who I follow is an art thing, like responded to them or something, and I was like, okay, maybe I'll learn art from this person too. Anyway, so I see one of their things, and if anyone doesn't know, Destiny is releasing its final update. It actually might have already. The game will still be playable, but for a little bit anyway. But it will no longer be receiving any updates, no more content. Right? This is it. And I guess some random dude. Well, I looked into him to figure out what the hell is going on. Some random dude said the darkness. I guess the darkness was wokeness, and then like a thinky emoji, like it's some sort of super smart, deep thought thing. And I get it. People have different opinions and all that, and I don't really quite understand where he got that from, and neither did the person who I guess I follow who said something. They were like, "What the fuck are you talking about, bro?" So I read the tweet from Bungie, or the statement from Bungie, to see like what what was bro talking about. So it turns out Bungie's just shutting down, and it was just a heartfelt like goodbye message, very non-political. So I was like, oh, what is bro talking about? I end up looking this guy up, and it turns out he got fired from Bungie. He's like running for Congress or something as a um, very heavily Trump supported person, irrespective of how you feel about whatever any of that is. He's obviously quite far to the right here. Um, so it turns out he got fired from Bungie. I want to say the timeline seems to be like around 2015, 16. There's no mention of it that I can find necessarily of why, but there's apparently an injunction that prevents him from possessing uh, or distributing Bungie's work from around 2015. So my assumption would be he maybe stole something and was going to release it or tried to, but I don't know that, so that's just speculation. But we do know that he did do that because he did it in 2019 when he released a bunch of Bungie music. He got sued, he lost. So he lost. He had, I don't know what the ultimate settlement was or something. I guess Bungie was seeking only around 100,000 or something. Um, but he like I guess distributed an entire album and at least one song from what I can tell. And okay, that didn't work. My my impression is nobody at Bungie particularly liked him. Given statements about him saying that he was like a little too extreme for pretty much everyone there, and it's just the way it is, I guess. But basically, the guy is mad at Bungie, and it seems to blame wokeness for maybe getting fired. I'm gonna guess people's opinion of him being the furthest right-leaning member of Bungie, as quoted on fuck, I forgot where it was. Well, I read this on Wikipedia, but it was like attributed. Um, so my guess would be bro wasn't exactly like non-political at work, which a lot of people tend to try and be. They try and keep it, or at least wasn't respectful, maybe. Um, I don't really know. I don't have that information, but he was fired, and he seems to blame wokeness for that. And then, I guess, as retaliation, uploaded in 2019 several songs. An entire album is what I see. I don't know how many songs that is, but I see that it says one song and then an album that were unreleased by Bungie. And I this is where it gets a little confusing because, like I said, it says on the wiki that there was an injunction against him from 2015 for doing that. So that means he's done it before or has had possession of it when he shouldn't have. Um, my guess is, so he was a composer. My guess is he worked on them and had his copies and kept them and decided to release them as some sort of, I don't know, attempt to make money, or I don't really know. But that seems to be the lore behind why this guy is very upset with Bungie. And I guess, like I said, he seems to blame wokeness for getting fired in the first place, I'm assuming. I don't see how you can blame wokeness for you illegally uploading something. I understand you work on it, you want it to be seen. I can understand that, But if you don't own the rights to it, this is a very corporate friendly country, world, really, right? You can't be uploading it to YouTube and to, I think it was Bandcamp. Like, you can't be uploading stuff and monetizing it if you don't own the rights to it. It's just, can you make changes and do like, you know, uh, fuck, what's the word? Fuck, there's a phrase for this, but I can't think of it. Like, yes, of course you can work on things and do like parodies and whatnot, or creative changes. That's not a problem. But bro, if you're just like uploading the raw work, you're not gonna make it, broski. Like, the reality is, if you went to court over like a cover song, you would probably get like a the case would probably get thrown out, most likely. But the problem is, you would probably have to go to court, which is going to cost you money and time, right? And that's where like a lot of companies will just get you, right? You don't want to, and you can't afford to go to war with, Universal Media Group. Or, not saying that they did this or do that. Well, they probably do, but right, I'm not saying they one way or another about them anything. Only just that it's very likely that if you release their stuff raw as is, you're fucked. But if you were to like cover one of their songs, they could come after you. They would probably just get told, I mean, it's not the original. Come on, bro. Like, they're, if you do a cover of it, it will technically be fine. But, let's say it's on YouTube, they have like an algorithm to detect what exactly it is that is being played, and it might pick it up if it's too close. And let's say you sample certain parts of it, right? Like, there's a lot of nuance to it. Would you most likely come out not owing the company, if you will, anything? Yes, but you'll probably still end up in a legal battle, and it's just probably not going to be worth it. So if they just tell you to take it down, you'll probably just take it down. But anyway, that doesn't seem to be what this guy did. From what I can tell, he just straight up uploaded music that was owned by Bungie, and that's really just the story. And all I can tell is he must blame wokeness for it. That's that's the only thing I can come up with for why he would say, I guess the darkness was wokeness this whole time. It doesn't really make sense, right? Irrespective of how you might feel about anything, bro is a little off his rocker there. If I'm being honest, as someone who's played the Destinies, it's very much actually more of a woke game. Uh, like, if you really want to look into it, it's about it's a game about getting along with your alien neighbors in some cases, right? Bridging gaps. Some aliens being, kind of bad, right? And most of the time, they are very heavily dictatorships, and you're fighting uh, as like an alliance, right? An alliance of officials, right? It's very much like classic axis of evil versus the unity of good. So I don't understand how you would get the message effectively backwards, right? I mean, maybe bro would be onto something, that the team over at Bungie was liberal or something. But I don't know how the darkness has anything to do with it, or the fact that the game is shutting down after like 12 years or some shit. It's an old game. They're just stopping development, by the way. It's still gonna be around. Like you can still play it. But yeah, I don't know. It's just some people I think just like to stir the pot. That's my guess. And he thought that would get a rise out of people, get some attention towards his what is he doing? He's running for something. And that's about it. I it's not more difficult than that realistically. I just found it interesting that first off that shows up in my feed and like I don't know, I feel like some people just like it's a big game. It was a part of a lot of people's lives for a long time. A lot of people really enjoyed it. I don't really see the reason to like take a jab at the people involved with making it, especially since I imagine a lot of them probably don't really want it to end. Do you know what I mean? Like a lot of the people who work on this show are losing potentially losing their jobs or like it could be bad for them. I don't know. Guess that's the wokeness in me, right? Like wanting people to be successful and you know, it's an old game, so I can see people also wanting to move on from it, you know? But I feel like this is people's livelihoods that could be getting ruined here. I don't feel like there's a reason to get like all anything but supportive, but again, maybe that's just me. I just feel like generally speaking, it's better to be kind and understanding, which is actually why I ended up looking up the dude's stuff. It's like, well, where's he coming from with this? But I think it's, just be understanding and like a decent human. And a lot of times the world is a little bit easier. But you could also just tweet out inflammatory remarks if that's what you want, I guess. That helps you sleep at night. I'm sure those people who have been working at Bungie for an extra 10 years beyond, bro, we're probably happy to be without someone who takes, the first chance they get to try and metaphorically, you know, attempt a metaphorical dunk on you, right? I can see why bro was let go if that's how his behavior is. Anyway, I don't know that I'll play Destiny on stream again unless they like unleash all of the old content. Um, I don't see how I'm gonna get anyone to play it with me, and I don't know when I'm gonna have time. So there's a good chance I'm gonna play like I think there's two expansions or something that I never really got to on stream. So I'll probably play those off stream. I don't know, maybe I'll record it. But I really enjoyed the games, and I'm gonna be sad to not really be able to play them too much anymore. But I haven't really played them in like 2 years now, so what can I say? Okay, I'm not liking how that looks up close, but it doesn't feel so bad from afar. I don't know, what do we do? I didn't expect to talk about that first off at all today, but for so long. I don't know. Look, I say some things generally in support of people who I feel just maybe are being kind or whatever. So like I said, that's why I went and just went to see like Who hurt bro? Turns out bro hurt bro self, from what I can tell. But you know what I mean? Like, I'll say things generally just rooted in fact. You know, I don't try to get too wild about things. I'm not interested. I'm trying, if anything, I'm trying to escape the world, right? By doing stuff like this. I'm not trying to sit here and listen to political commentators and have on CNN or Fox News or whatever for like 6 hours. I don't know how people do it. I don't know how they just sit there and listen to that shit. That's quite frankly generally designed more to make you angry and just keep tuning in. That kind of looks like a little horse, doesn't it? I'm gonna leave that. I kind of want to stop working on this because it's really funny to me. Um, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. For me, I just feel like it would be preferred to use the time I have here to be away from all that because it's everywhere. So let's avoid it. Let's avoid it going forward, and let's avoid it now. It's just no point. It's just way more fun to sit here and game. It just happened to be that uh we got a Twitch notification, and then I opened my phone and it's that dude's wiki page. I do think it's funny that bro shot himself in the foot and seems to blame something else though. I think it's a real clown move, you know? No matter how you think about how people the direction of, I guess, the country or the world or whatever, bro obviously just shot himself in the foot. He fucking illegally uploaded shit. What an idiot. Alright. Don't make fun of my space game, Buster. Okay, I guess let's try and skadoosh this one up. Actually, this one's kind of a lot better. And we won't even see that later, so. Not sure it really matters. Okay. Do 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 do. I actually really, hold on, really kind of like this, where it's kind of looking like it's broken here and almost like 3D-ish. I know it's a little different than the original, but I might try and run with this. Somebody once told me the world was gonna roll me. Oh shit! We played some new games last night, by the way, because Winrose ran out of content, more or less. Winrose was fun, but like I said, there was just kind of nothing left for us to do. How am I fucking that up? Seems to be failing roughly right here, as far as I can tell. But yeah, Winrose ran out of content, and there just wasn't anything left for us to do. So we started playing some other stuff. We played one game called Anomaly Company that actually, did I suggest? I think I suggested both of them at some point. But I definitely suggested Anomaly Company relatively recently. Um, Honestly, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that game. I do wish maybe we got more anomalies because I feel like we got really. I guess technically we got lucky and that most of our stuff was either super, super obvious or um, what's the word for it? It's either super obvious or there was no change. And basically, the premise of the game, if you don't know, is to go into a map. Right now, there's only two maps. And check to see if there's an anomaly. So basically, you go into the map. Your first round is a gimme. It's to let you check to see how the map is, and so you can know if the map is regular or not, basically. So you go in and you look at the items, and then you confirm. You press the green button, basically, and you say, "Hey, here we are." Sorry, I had to clear my throat. This is how it is. And then you do your first round, and it can either be the exact same room, right, or the exact same room, and something is just slightly different, and you have to notice. Or in a lot of cases, we found it was the hallways were filled with blood, or some dude was acting different, right? So like the differences were really obvious, but it's like those games where it's like spot the difference. That's basically the premise: spot the anomaly, spot the difference. Um, and I just really thought it would be fun for us. I did have fun playing it. It was just Moo and I. I guess Toasty did want to play, but he's out of town, so he couldn't. And Panda I think was on her piracy kick because she got into Windrose a little later than the rest of us, and I don't think she even saw the message. Anyway, basically the premise was that, and so we played that for a little while. There were only two maps. I don't know if we're just really fucking good at it, but we like made one mistake on the first one, and then the second map we kind of still also went through it pretty quick. And then we played something called Species Unknown, which I swear to God is just the premise of the movie Event Horizon. Um, Basically, you're on well, there only seems to be one ship, USS Hawkins or whatever, or HSS Hawkins, and you go there, and that's it. You go there and there's some sort of monster or maybe multiple monsters. I don't really know. And you mostly have to avoid it. And that's it. Like you just avoid it. You avoid dying. While maybe completing an objective. And it's kind of fun, but also I don't know. I feel like it would be kind of more fun if we didn't have a Discord call, but also I think it'd be less fun if we didn't have I don't know how to explain it. I feel like it would be more fun from a scary perspective, but also like it'd be so fucking boring to like not talk to each other for you know I don't know. I just feel like it'll be kind of boring to like not be able to talk to each other for potentially 40 plus minutes. She's got to take better care of her horns, right? Because like the both of them. Oh fuck, I'm tweaking out. I'm tweaking out. Is the camera not working, by the way? There we go. We're good. We're good. Okay. All right. So big horns are done. I know I still have the small horns to do. Are we there yet? I feel like I gotta work on over here a little more before I do them. I definitely still have to do this whole mess here. And I think a little bit over here, don't I? And then we can start adding the flowers. Let's see. Hold on. Let's take stock. Let's take stock. So, horns, big horns are basically done. I don't know. Do we consider? All right, come on, camera, please, please. Hello, over here, over here. Um, so big horns are basically done. This green is kind of just on the hair. I know it goes over the horn. That should be fine. That shouldn't really be a huge problem. Um, I'm like looking. I feel like small horn. This one I can probably do. I think I kind of want to bring out this hair a little further if I can. And then like I should be able to pull this out. I am thinking what I might do is like come down here and like make the face a little wider. Do we think we can get away with that is the problem. I have sharp pain behind my eye. I don't like it. Okay. Okay. All right. Braid green shit. Could in theory do this now. Green shit up here. Waiting because I'm thinking we might puff up the hair. Green shit. Well, no, we can just puff up the hair here. I should add a little more to the moss, by the way. I'm looking at it, and I feel like it'd be better if I did. Anyway, puff up the hair, flower. Fuck, I don't know if I can do that flower. That's a complicated flower for my dumbass. I don't think that would be visible. Okay. Oh, hold on, hold on. Dude, we are so overdue on this. Hold on. Shade. Please. Come on, man. There it is. Anyway, hold on. How do we have this? Okay. Should be relatively fine like that. But yeah, we definitely have a lot to work on. Some of it a little more so than I'd like. But it is what it is. I feel like this should be at 50%. It feels way darker than it should be. Yeah. Oh well. Do we undo all that? Nah. Oh, we have to do the face stuff. Like the face shading. Okay. Let's look. So if I grow the face, that's gonna have to be on a separate layer. And then any shading I did would be fucked. Now, the eyes are on their own layer, so I can just work around that. It's not really a problem. It is a problem. Um, what I could do what I could do is draw face from here. It's going to make the shading a little more complicated, but that might be our best bet to try and fix this. Because I feel like right here is just like way too thin. And then this side's going to look too thin if I fix that. I don't know. Let's, I don't know. I feel like I'm losing it. I guess let's work on the leaves on the braid real quick. I feel like that should be relatively easy. Okay. Oh, we're on 50%. We need this at 100. We're on DEET, right? We're on DEET. Okay. If I don't know how to do this actually. Hold on. Let's renegotiate here. So this seems to be like that, like that, like that. And then this seems to be like that, like that. That seems too long though. What if I go a little just like off script here? You know? Really hard to tell what I'm doing. Okay. Right. Okay. So this seems to be an isolated cluster. So we got that going. What am I doing? I can just do this. So let's do that, and that. And then there's like this now. Okay. Oh boy. All right, so let's now take this. Let's try and blend this relatively decently. Oh, wait. Why does this feel kind of gray behind it? No, it's not. Okay. Okay. Now for the hard part. This is why I've been dreading this. There's another way to do this, by the way, and that's if I were to... If I were to put the layer of the leaves... Wait, this is on fucking sketch layer. Oh my god. No, these leaves are so good, too. How did I get... No, wait. No, we're good. We're good. I'm on sketch layer to delete the thing. That's right. This is not on sketch layer. This is deets. This is deets. I almost tricked myself, bro. Holy. Almost had me. Almost had me. Did have me. I was had. I've been had. Okay, I'm gonna quickly just erase, get rid of the palette real quick, because I'm feeling like we're a little overwhelmed here. Swear to God, what's my phone want this time? Hey, I just realized why is the camera up there? Hello? Hello? There we go. Why does it keep doing that? Hello? Camera. Down here. How long has it been like that? For some reason... Alright, so here's how my camera thing works. Red light means it totally bugs out. It's usually the, like, gimbal on it just dies. I don't know. I think maybe it overheats. Tracking is really not working today. Hold on. Does this help? Okay. What is happening? Let me look at my tracking. We're not zoomed all the way in as far as I can tell. I did just do the L sign, which tells it to zoom or not. Okay. So it seems to be fine like this. Hold on. What if I change my angle? No, angle's -20, which is the usual. Okay, so here's how it works. Red light means something's wrong. Blue light means it's actively tracking me wherever I go. So I'm walking to my left here, walking to the right. But on Warudo, I'm relatively anchored. So because you have no reference, it doesn't really look like I'm going anywhere. I don't have a room. This is a green screen, right? So, actually, how difficult would it be to show? It would be impossible. It would be impossible because the background is a green screen. So if I pull it, it would just be greened out. It'd be chroma key, I think. Actually, no, would it? Hold on. I'm gonna regret this. There you go. It's a green screen, right? There's nothing, I'm in a 3D space, but there's nothing here, so there's no way for you to know what I'm up to. There we go. So like when I walk over there, you can't really tell I walked over there. You can just kind of see movement. Anyway, I'm standing right now. So the camera's at an angle like this, like it's looking up a bit. Does that maybe help? I don't know. When I'm sitting, it's kind of looking down a bit, kind of like that. For some reason, it's not like centering on me. It's supposed to focus on my face. So when I sit, it's supposed to go down. But for some reason, it was up and over there. So up and over there is where it was pointing. And over there is a fucking window. It's a wall. It's like a little bit longer than my arms reach. So I don't know why it was pointing over there. I can't even go over there. Nothing's over there. The window's closed. There's blinds and a shade. I don't know. And I don't know how it ended up over there. Anyway, let's keep her going. But blue light means that. Green light means it's locked into position. So let's try and hide it. But when I do this in front of it, it's supposed to, like, anything with like my full hand out, it will catch. But it's supposed to just be like this. But like let's say the camera's here and it's pointing here. If I do this in front of it, it's supposed to lock into that position. That's what it's supposed to do. And so that's why sometimes I'll be standing, I'll move my hands around, and it accidentally sees. Typically, I think it's this hand because it can't see these fingers, but it sees these. So it sees this as a hand, but that it's not moving. So it won't track this while I have the glove on. It won't track any finger movement. So it thinks my hand is doing this all of the time. So if I move my hands around too much and it accidentally sees it as like this or something, it will just lock and it'll just sit there. And I won't notice sometimes. So then I'll sit and it'll be locked while I'm standing. So it's like pointing up and away instead of directly at me. But it was blue there. So I don't know why it was doing the things it was doing. It shouldn't have been. Blue is supposed to track my face and like follow me around. That was weird. Something just popped up down here and I don't know what it was. That don't feel right. Okay, these seem to be relatively on their own. Insane in the membrane. Why does this feel like it's taking so much longer and is so much harder than other stuff I've worked on? But I feel like, from the same perspective, I feel um like the last two we worked on, like the two major ones we worked on, I feel like they were harder. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like the Saraway Circus thing should have been much harder. The rice shower was like harder. I don't know why I feel like I'm having a lot more trouble with this. I don't know what it is. Something feels off, I guess. Is it because there's like more hair and I can't escape drawing it, maybe? I think that might be it. What am I looking at here? What is this? Like a bright yellow leaf? Is this the shape? And then there's a leaf under it? Or is it like folding somehow? all right. This is too big, but I think I'm gonna just leave it. It's also quite a bit different from the original. But again, I think I'm just gonna roll with this for a little bit here. I don't know. I feel like something about the original isn't working for me right here. I think it's the what is it called? I'm on the wrong layer. Oh no, this whole thing was on the wrong layer. Can you fucking erase faster, please? Holy. Damn it, dude. Maybe that's the feeling. Maybe that was what was wrong. I was feeling that. I don't know. Fuck, that was kind of good, too. Okay. Not mistaken. Okay. Do 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 do. All right, for now, let's move on with these. Hopefully. Hopefully. Okay. For some reason, we're going to be working in some sort of gold. I don't quite understand it, but that seems to be the goal. Let's grab that. I think it's like a yellow, but still. Kind of reminds me of my lemon color, dude. Okay. So let's switch to this little bad boy here. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Ah, my back hurty. So what? This is what it must be like to give a tattoo, but you know, like not nearly as difficult. I don't know. I feel like I'm like zoomed in. I'm fucking laser focused, and I'm like gripping this shit, dude, way too heavily. Oh, you know what? Before there's an unmitigated disaster. I should make a redeem for save. Okay. All right. Interesting. Hold on. Is this the exact same leaf as that? I think they just copy and pasted this leaf right here for some reason. That's funny. I wonder why. It kind of looks like, wait, that's also this leaf, isn't it? Maybe they're just like really almost too consistent and it's the exact same leaf, but like the exact same leaf, not really, you know? Okay, somebody remind me to change back, please. It's actually interesting. Some of the lines where you can see through it actually don't really look so bad. Okay. I might get a little more lenient with the accuracy to the original here just to like speed this part along. I don't really think it matters precisely. I mean, I kind of already have been, right? I don't think it really matters what the leaf looks like too much or its exact precise placement. And in fact, since it's already not exact perfect, I feel like it would make more sense to kind of like try and make it work better with what I've got rather than trying to precisely emulate what there is. Okay, how the fuck do I do this? Mm. Mm. It's so hard to tell where I'm at, bro. Okay. I think we're okay. Hold on. I think I should be able to do that. Okay. Let's go ahead and do this early. I don't know if I can, like, look at this. If not. Okay. Okay. Um, maybe increase this one's size just a smidgen. I should have done it in white from the jump and then traced around it. Sorry. I just didn't think like that. I don't know. I was like, let me just get the outline down. Okay. So let's take a little bit of green. And let's just, you know. Let's take a little bit of gray. No. Maybe like here. Okay. And then let's take, I think, a lighter gray. Let's see what do they got here. Oh, that's like the skin color gray. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Go back to sketch rev. See if we can't clean this just a smidge more in some of these spots. I might be a little lazy and, well, you know, it's not that bad, actually. I was gonna say it might be a little lazy and copy and paste, but wait a minute. I think this person did that. I think this is the exact same flower, but flipped. I'm pretty sure. Somebody fucking beat me to the strat, bro. Whoever this is either smarter or more lazy than I am. Whoever made this. I know what you did with your flowers. That's fucking funny. I'll probably just do a new flower, to be honest. Why I gotta. Okay. Bro, what am I doing? Okay. What am I doing? I can't even draw a fucking mouth, and I'm drawing these tiny ass details. What am I doing? Yeah, 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 yeah. I know this is more than the original. Oh, but I really like this right here. Let's not. I feel like this really ties this in. I don't want to mess that up. You know what? Hold on. I want this piece over, that piece under. That's the goal here. Maybe that'll help sell some 3D effect. Okay. Okay. So now let's see what happens. Get rid of that. Okay. Yes. I think we might. Yeah, we can't. Maybe like leave that. Yeah, save whatever. Okay. Raid and lower. Done with the leaves. We have this up here, but I still feel like I should change this somehow. I just don't quite know how. Okay. I have some ideas. Let's go to Shane. Let's clear the palette. We can come back to that anytime, so I'm not too worried. Let's look at this. So if I make this bright and then dark and then like real bright, I think we might be able to sell the illusion. Okay, that did not work. Ah, that's right, because this is not part of it. So I should, in theory, be able to pop, or not. Okay, I should, in theory, be able to pop this down. Okay, never mind. You know what? We're just going to do it the old-fashioned way. Okay, and then bake it with this, maybe. That's not good. I don't like it. Shoot. Hit this slightly with that. And then more than slightly up here. Maybe just a little blendo dicko so that it doesn't look as ratty. Okay. What? Oh, we're still on shade. Okay, come on, come on, come on. Uh-oh. Okay. I'm like looking at this. I feel like it doesn't look particularly bad. It feels like something's missing though. Like obviously the face stuff, but like the hair feels like something's missing to me. Specifically here and here, which is why I think I want to try and puff it out and whatnot. But then I try to imagine doing that in my head, and I feel like it's not gonna look good. Like I can't think of how I can make it actually look good. You know? Oh, brother. I think I'm gonna not do it. I think what I'm gonna do instead is this. And then this. Right? And then like that. And we'll hit this. Like that. And then we should be able to hit some of that like that. This right here I think needs to change. I think I'm gonna do this on detail. And I think what I'm gonna do go. And then base color. Then I should be able to just, okay, never mind. Sit here. Oh wow, I thought I made that bigger than I guess I did. My mistake. Okay. So we're just gonna like wing this a little bit. I'm sorry. I know this isn't the ideal way to do this, but it's kind of the only way I've got left. Okay. All right, I think that helped quite a bit over here. I am definitely now leaning towards a full mouth redo, like right here. I'm thinking what I'll do is I'll just line across here, maybe, to here. And then, like, bring this down just a smidge. And then, as for what mouth, I don't know. I kind of want to just do the simple, like, you know, it's kind of charming. I don't know. It's cute, but I also want to do something kind of wild. Also, I don't know if I'm going to draw that butterfly. Jesus Christ, ladybug. I don't know that it's really necessary. I don't think it's actually usually part of their design. I think it was supposed to be like a joke post. I think they just added it to their model for fun. This here, however, I do think I want to maybe try and, can we like, actually don't need to do that. I think I just need to technically do that. And then we'll grab like the darker piece. I think that might be enough. We're on detail, right? We need full opacity for this, actually. Let's undo those. There we go. So now, what I'm going to do is take that. Going to trace here. This is like when you put auto body filler on your car. Fuck. There's no way somebody watches this gets this reference. The overlap of my fucking, you know what? It's fine. My whole 8 subscribers. Thanks, guys. No, but there's not enough people who watch this that I feel like that's a reasonable reference. You know what I mean? Okay. There we go. There we go. That's not bad. That feels a little better. Okay. Something's not right here though. Like I think this angle. Ooh, hold on. Hold on. Okay, I think up here is right. I think this angle's off now. I don't know if I can fix that though. What if I come in more like that? No. No. Wait. Hold on. Like that. So then we get rid of that. God damn, dude. Okay. Okay. Let's just try and like maybe blend it a little bit here. I think that helped a lot actually. It kind of tied it in a little better. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna save up. Probably not gonna get to see your opinions on this unless you watch this live, or you watch the VOD immediately on Twitch. But if you're VOD Squad on YouTube, I'm probably not gonna get to see your opinions. But if you have an opinion, I don't fucking care. No, I'm kidding. Please tweet at me. Leave a comment on whatever. I'll hopefully see it. Let's take stock. Let's take stock. Flour and brush. A little more moss. Um, Maybe a little more work on the wings and the whole mouth and face situation. Overall, I'd say maybe 1, 2 more streams if I'm hyper focused again. This is like small detail work that kind of requires a lot of focus. I feel like we can either get the whole mouth or all of the details done probably tomorrow morning. My concern is I think the mouth's going to be the hardest part. So I think I'm going to save that for last. And then I'll think about the background stitch. I'm thinking just like a purpley blackish with some twinkles and maybe try and pull off a cityscape. I don't know what the angle is going to be though is the problem. Like maybe one really like tall building that you can see the top of here and maybe like a little bit here and maybe there, but the rest going to be skyline and clouds and just like kind of relative darkness down here. Either that or I'll just do like dark purple or something. I don't know. Um, we'll figure it out. You know what? For that, I'll definitely see before I work on that because there's no way I'm getting to that tomorrow. So, hey, if you're early morning squad tomorrow, you watch the VOD, let me know. But thanks for being here. I'm gonna get off for the morning. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully, I can catch you in the next one, whenever that is. But until then, someone help me. Bye.